Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today we are doing another I read this book and I have thoughts videos. Plus I'm going to be decorating for the fall time because it's finally here. And I'm so excited to decorate for fall. So I'm going to take you around while I decorate. I'm also going to take you around while I read Magnolia Parks. So I have seen this book going around YouTube, going around Instagram, going around the TikTok videos that I watch randomly because I'm not actually on TikTok, and I just see people talking about this book all the time. I've also heard about the tropes that this book has, and it has some of the tropes that I do not enjoy in my romances, but people say that they love this book. People say that they hate this book. People have said that it's either a love-hate relationship. There's really no in-betweens. I don't know much about this book going into it, and I'm gonna stick with it that way, or stay with it that way, whatever, because I want to know as less as possible going into this actual book. There's actually no description on the back. The book is massive, it's heavy, it's 494 pages, so it's a big one. It's a big one, but it does, flipping through, the text is pretty big. It does have some multimedia stuff in here, like text messages between the two love interests. One of the love interests I know is named Magnolia, obviously, because it's Magnolia Parks, and the other one is BJ. And I just know that it's like toxic, and it's a lot of, it's a toxic relationship, it's a dark relationship, it's miscommunication, it's a lot of things that I typically don't read in my romances. So I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna give you all my thoughts. I'm probably gonna make some people mad. Maybe, I don't know. You never know, I might end up loving this book. So we will see, and that's what this video is all about. Here for check-in number 1. I'm just at the 100-page mark of this book. I will say that it is pretty fast-paced. It's like your typical contemporary romance, like with the pace-wise. It's easy to read, it's easy to follow. There are a lot of characters in here, and they are like mostly of Magnolia and BJ's friend group. I will say, going into this, I already knew that it was going to be a toxic relationship, but it is very, very toxic. The Magnolia and BJ know that they have feelings for each other. They are aware that they have feelings for each other. Their friend groups know that they have feelings for each other. Their siblings, their parents, everyone knows. But there's a secret, like, it was a very toxic relationship. BJ did something to Magnolia. Magnolia retaliated. There's nothing physical, like there's no physical abuse in here or anything like that so far. I don't know if it'll pop up, but it's just a lot of mental and emotional things that are happening. A very young couple who both are very headstrong, stubborn. I hope people don't go into this book thinking that this is a romantic thing that people go through in normal relationships, because this is not a normal relationship whatsoever. You can see things happening from a mile away. You know that they're gonna happen, and when it happens you just get really angry. Like, that's what I feel through this whole book. They know that they have feelings for each other, but they just do things to each other to hurt each other, and that makes me so mad. This is where this toxic relationship comes in. And yeah, I knew that this was going to be a toxic book going into it. It just makes me kind of angry. I'm still interested to see where the story's going to go, though. It just, like, something just happened in this book, and from what I've heard, it goes for a while and then something bad again happens. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a break from it and I'm gonna decorate a little bit, and then when I hit the 200-page mark I will check in with you again. I think I'm gonna do every 100 pages because this book is pretty big. see if I will be able to do it. Yeah, I'll be able to do it around the 200 page mark. The next checkpoint will be page 203. So that's just where this book is going. I knew that it was going to happen. I would say that this is a new adult book. This is not an adult book, but this is a new adult. They're around like 22, 23, somewhere around there. So they're still pretty young, but I just want to shake both of them. Reached the 200 page mark of this book. Again, this is a very toxic relationship. They do things to make each other mad constantly. They say that they care about each other, but then they like go and do other things that is just like questioning, do you really care? And that's where I am right now. Now I'm flying through this book. It's only a couple hours since I've last talked to you, since the 100% mark, no, 100 page mark. And I mean, it's a quick book. It's a quick read. I just don't want people going into this book thinking that this is like super romantic or anything, because it's not. It's a messy, messy romance. And for young people to go in and think that this is a romantic book, okay. So I feel like this book reminds me a lot of After by Anne Todd or whatever her name is. I'll put a picture right here. I feel the same way about this book that I did when I read that book, just because it's a toxic relationship. They have this magnetic pull, they keep going back to each other, but it's not good for either of them because they need to grow up. And I hope that they grow up by the end of this book. I really do. Because they deserve better than what they're doing to each other, and it makes me angry, but I think that that's the intention of this book too, is to make you feel all the things. So I think the author is doing a very good job of that. Also, just the hypocrisy that's in this book is making me laugh, and I know that it's probably not supposed to, but it's making me laugh a lot. They do things and I just start laughing about it because it's like, it makes me angry. But anyways, I'm feeling something about this book. I think that was the intention of it. I just hope that these people grow up a little bit. I am in between work meetings at the moment, but I thought that I would begin on this book right here. I read up to 305 last night. That was the stopping point. And I'm still saying what I've been saying this entire time. This is a very toxic relationship. These two people are, they think that they're grown, but you know, when you're in your early 20s and stuff like that, some people are, but most people are still trying to find themselves. Most people are still trying to figure things out, and immaturity is still there, and you can totally see it in these characters. While BJ is a piece of work, he knows that he is hurting Magnolia, and he knows how to hurt Magnolia. Magnolia knows how to hurt him too, but she has more of a soft spot, whereas like she doesn't want to hurt him, but he does stuff and she retaliates, and that's where I'm saying like the immaturity comes in and everything. And I just want to shake them. I just want to shake both of them, because you can see what they're doing to each other. They can see what they're doing to each other. They know that they're going to hurt the other person, but it's like they're just going to do it. And then BJ confesses something about what happened previously to them, and I really just like, I'm not shipping them anymore. Like, I was like, okay, maybe they'll figure it out, maybe they'll grow up. But then when that when that big reveal came through and he said why he did what he did, I was just like, that is the lamest excuse I've ever heard in my life. Now, I know that this is a book, but there are tons of relationships that I have seen in my years, because I'm so old, but that I have seen happen and I have witnessed and all that kind of stuff. And I haven't been in a toxic relationship like this before, but I've been in a relationship that was not good for me at all. And getting out of it and getting away from that person made me really realize that that was a horrible relationship, you know? And that's what these two characters are going through. They're so attached to each other because they've known each other for forever, and they can't seem to get away from each other, even though they have people in their lives that are like, either like get together or just like go away. Their friends are much better people than they think, like, because their friends put up with a lot, and there's just a, like, oh my god, there's just a lot of toxicity going on in this book. And not saying that this is like a horrible book or anything, because it's really not, but I just don't want people going into this book thinking that this book is romantic, because it's not romantic. And I want people to go into this book knowing that they're about to read what they're going to read, and know that it's not okay, and to learn from the experience. That's what I want people to come out of. But then you're going to have people that are like, oh my god, that was the most toxic relationship, but it was also the hottest relationship, blah, blah. Whatever floats your boat. But that's just my thoughts on this. I do plan on hopefully finishing this tonight, so you'll see me in the next 100 pages. I'm at 305, so I will see you again at, let me look. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little flip. I will see you at 4:01. So there's that. So here is the almost finished product. I think I'm gonna have to go get some more stuff. There's a really cute little wreath Charles and I picked out. We have our pumpkins, we have our fall sign. I love that doormat. It is my vibe. Can't cover up Charles's handprint. We got our pumpkins. Have to clean out that chair. But then we also have this. A little bitty white pumpkin is something that Charles painted when he was younger. So is this white pumpkin right here. So we always have to keep those out. But yeah. So here is my porch and Lila. I just woke up from a nap because this book has drained me of all of my energy. I feel like I have whiplash. I still have about just a little under 100 pages to go, but I'm invested. Obviously I'm invested. I've read over 400 pages of this book, but like, God, BJ, man, he is the worst. He is the absolute worst. And Magnolia is not any better, but I'm still invested in this book. I think I'm just gonna like hurry up and finish it tonight, so I'll be done with it. And then I'll give you all like my final thoughts and everything. But yeah, whiplash, draining. Hello, I'm here to end this vlog. I finished this book, what's today? Today's Thursday. I finished this book on Tuesday night, but I needed some time to recuperate from this because it was just a whirlwind of emotions. It was a lot. It was a very draining book just because of the constant going back and forth between the two characters that we have, BJ and Magnolia. And this is not a romantic romance. This is a toxic romance. So know that going into it. I know I've said that a couple times, but I gave this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars because it did keep me entertained. It made me feel a lot of emotions, which that's what I want out of my books. But I don't like it when my romance characters continuously just go back and forth. They break up, they get back together, break up, get back together. It's a constant like battle between them, you know. And I didn't like that Magnolia and BJ purposely hurt each other in this book either. I thought that was very childish of them. I mean, they're young adults, but they also know better as well. They know that they're hurting one another, but it's just like their dynamic. It's what they're known for. And I think that's a stupid reason to hurt somebody. So I do think that these characters need to go through a lot of growth. I know that the third book in this series is about them again. So I don't know, like, I will tell you this. I do plan to continue on with the series just because I do like the side characters. But I thought Magnolia was very self-centered. She is privileged. She knows that she's privileged. She loves being privileged. BJ is also privileged too. And they use that to that advantage as well. I don't know. I didn't really particularly care for them very much. I wasn't really shipping them at the end. I really didn't care if they were back together or not. I just wanted it to be over. Like, honestly, I wanted it to be over. But with that being said, if you like toxic romances, if you like a lot of drama, if you like it to where you are literally reading a drama series like Pretty Little Liars, or that's like the only drama series that I can think of right now, but like have young adults, teenagers, people who think that they're grown but they're not, going through a lot of crap and having a toxic relationship, it's the book for you, man. Like, you'll end up loving it. But just for me personally, I don't like this in my romance. Like, nah. But I was excited to see this book. This is Daisy Hates, and this is about Daisy and Christian's romance. These are two side characters. I want to read more about Christian. He was very intriguing to me through reading Magnolia Parks. And I also really like Daisy's character too, because she is just a no-nonsense, tells you how it is kind of person. Daisy was just like, to Magnolia, she was like, I don't like you, please stop talking to me. And then she would just like walk off, and I thought that was hilarious. I personally love those kind of characters, especially my female characters that are like that. Just no nonsense, no BS, and they say what they mean. So I'm excited to read this. But that is the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, like it, tell me what you thought of this video. Did you read Magnolia Parks and love it? Do you disagree with me? Do you just like want to hit me or something like that? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.